the manufacturing of Kinect has ramped up, and we're all going to
sunsetted, I believe, is the official industry term.
Has shut down. They are not making. They are going to sell through. Microsoft has said they will sell through. Yeah. Good luck. Existing. I think they said when existing stock is off the shelf.
No. Look, there are just enough paranormal investigators out there that they will probably sell through their stock.
I went to a museum in New Jersey. I think it was the Museum of Science or something in New Jersey.
That's what's called the Museum of Science or something.
Is it or something like that? The Museum of Moving Stuff.
Hey, we got some of that Edison shit. I don't fucking know.
It's like a Simpsons sign.
It was actually amazing. It's a great museum. And they had a cool exhibit that was, I think I talked about this. It was using Kinects for kids to run around and like track their motion and stuff like that. So like they are used in really amazing ways, just not in the is it fun to play a video game on your
or move around a UI use.
Right. That's why I think like this headline says more than what's really happening. Where it's like, oh no, this technology is really good and it's great. No.
The second rev of Kinect was actually a pretty solid camera that worked.
No, but that's not even my point.
I disagree. I had one and it did not work.
My point is that what attached and tethered to Xbox One and that whole experience was dog shit.
Yeah. Apparently the technology they're saying in it, which is the Kinect version 4 sensor, and now it will be the Kinect version 5 sensor, is being integrated into their augmented reality.
Right. Cram all these Kinects in a HoloLens.
Wait, what?
I don't know why that's...
what was that?
Why are they talking like that?
Oh.
That's what they decided to do. Like.
Yeah. So, like, you know, like, I feel like we kind of got duped into prototyping some stuff, and people were like, does this work?
I bought that stupid thing when it launched.
You had to.
150 or something? I don't know. I think I was the only one.
Well, no, you had to. I want the original.
It came with the launch console.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the first Kinect.
Right. I bought it too.
Yeah.
But like the first Kinect, I feel like had a good and like some games for it, and like granted a lot of them were like short little like Xbox arcadey type things, but like I feel like there's nothing for the Xbox One. Like what is there?
There was D4, there was that Dance Central version, which was not the ideal version of Dance Central.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fine. It's just like they released it as like a cheaper product that you had to buy most of the songs for.
Oh, that sucks.
Their like UI stuff was really the thing that people were...
They were saying it'd be super easy to like, you just pull the corners of the screen down and then swap to it. None of it works.
And like, you know, voice telecommunication stuff.
And I do feel like some developers were able to take advantage of that hardware in a useful way. Like I think Harmonix did a good job with their UI stuff.
They were the best at it.
And the dance mechanics worked. I thought D4 had some fun, stupid ideas about what to do with that game, or with those kinds of controls in a game. You know, and then there was, like I said, there were some bite-sized experiences like, you know, Happy Action Theater or the Gunstringer or something like that were all pretty decent. But like, no, it never caught on the way they intended because nobody figured out how to use it well. No. And also the tech just never seemed like it was where it needed to be for the things they were promising.
Except for Hulk Hogan's main event.
Obviously.
I think that I felt like a wrestler. I was the controller.
It was that game and the one where they expected people who live in apartments to dribble a basketball on their floor.
Oh, like a real basketball?
Oh, yeah, it came with a real basketball. And also Blackwater was great.
Yeah,
you know?
Speaking of basketball, speaking of things that are unsold in warehouses right now, somewhere Majesco just has a giant fucking underwater cave full of like unsold basketballs.
It's a shame because it sounds like from everything I have read since Kinect, it does people outside of games fucking love it.
Oh,
like,
good.
And it's like using like medical technology, like there's stuff
experimental
out there.
art, like all that stuff. Because you know it does what it needs to do for that stuff. Just like game developers just couldn't figure out how to make that stuff fun. But it would be a shame if folks like that lose that avenue without a replacement for that technology. Because I think it was an accessible piece of kind of high-tech stuff for what they were looking
at. Oh, don't worry. That's VR now. It's good for everything but games.
Yes. Yeah,
but that's good. It got out there. It took a strange path, but it got to where it needed to be.
And
I think it didn't last.
Well, for the intended purpose, right? But I think it had a secondary market for these people.
But that's my point, though, is that if they're stopping manufacturing of this stuff, that like, you know, if that technology is going to exist, it's going to someone else is going to have to spearhead that because it sounds like Microsoft, yes, they're integrating into their like AR stuff, but we still don't know what their AR stuff is even going to be long term.
They license some of that stuff out, right?
Yeah, and they're just not making the Kinect molds anymore, right? So that's
like they still own the camera tech, and I'm sure they'll do stuff with it. But like right now, like, you know, the existing Kinect camera is going away.
Right.
Yeah. Buy Kinect.
Yeah.
Like,
See you
like
later.
within like there are gonna be like 2 people that show up to that game party of like Goodbye Kinect, but like you'll have like a lot of like artists and people who are doing cool.
One of them will be
experiments.
Kudo.
Yes. If you want to see what the bottom of my shoe looks like.
Oh God, my leg fucking broke.
Oh,
it's over my head. What's happening?
We should have done this demo
this is
on
a bad
stage.
demo. This is a bad demo.